In this video we explore one of the world's most touristic destinations. Wir sind jetzt am Plitvice See, es ist 7 Uhr in der Früh und es sind noch überhaupt keine Menschen da. Es ist einfach unbeschreiblich fantastisch da. This travel guide is based on a 2-day trip. There are many pathways and bridges, mostly along the lakes, making it easy for visitors to enjoy the scenery. One of the highlights is the large waterfall, 78 meters high. This scenery was used as a backdrop for the famous Wild West movie Winnetou, Crash of Silver Lake. As this place is always very crowded, visit it as early as possible or in the late afternoon. The longest hiking tour here is route number K, 18 kilometers long. But it can be shortened by taking a boat on the Great Lake. Early in the morning I watched this bird, which suddenly disappeared. There was a rustle in the forest. A wolf! I couldn't believe it. This was the first wolf I've ever seen in free nature. Another rare animal is the European pond turtle. It is highly threatened everywhere. This unique cast for camouflage very well and is difficult to spot. Located on the northwest side of the lakes, there are some excellent viewpoints, particularly in the late afternoon. 16 Lakes stretches over a length of 7 kilometers within the gorge. Many ducks are not very shy and sometimes a frog can be seen there. And of course a lot of dragonflies and other insects, serving as food for many birds. Mighty old beeches, which are not removed even after they die, characterize the forest. The landscape here is constantly changing, creating new poles and barriers, waterfalls and cascades. More than 90 waterfalls connect the 16 Cascading Lakes. The boat trip across the lake is a bit boring, but if you're tired from hiking, it's a good choice. On my walk through the forest, I also discovered a slow worm. This animal is not a snake, it's a lizard. By the way, snakes are here in Croatia very common. Some of them are very poisonous. In June you can see a lot of flowers. Some of them are rare and protected. A careful observer can spot many insects and beetles that have been wiped out by insecticides elsewhere. This is still a wonderland of water, forest and flowers, in which, despite its many tourists, wildlife continues. All these lakes together descending from an altitude of 640 to 500 meters. If you want to escape the tourist crowds, you can also rent a rowboat. The most amazing and awesome watercolor appears in summer sunlight at the lower lakes. The water is super saturated in calcite. These tiny particles, suspended in water, disperse the light. Numberless butterflies and lizards can be seen in the warm evening light. The early morning and the late evening are the best times to explore the park. A lot of people are on the move between 10 a.m. and 4 p.m., so avoid this time. Since I'm already very tired from my numerous hikes, I take this bus to the exit. Now it's time to say goodbye to this really magic place.